Good morning, it's Jeremiah, and I'll take a look here at the New Hope Road project coming through this big roundabout. You know, I really don't mind this roundabout here. It's not really in a residential. It's kind of serving some arterial road, so that's okay a little bit maybe. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but it's growing on me, I guess. All right, so sidewalks. This is about sidewalks. So sidewalks, curbing, you see all that going in. Big thing is to the right, that's a ditch. They're going to put the pipes in, right? Once the pipes are in, that's going to concentrate the water flow tremendously. So we're going to have concentrated water flow, which means during a storm event, can substantially impact the water elevation down here at King Lake. Also, you know, there's quite a bit of fill here on the left. You know, they're having, what I mean by fill is that the road stands up above the grade of the yard. I hope that little hump to the right gets addressed here as well. You know, if they're doing sidewalks, they ought to do repairs or maybe just renewal of the old sidewalks if they're in derelict condition like that. But yeah, this fill, it's got to be properly established. Otherwise, you know, it can just kind of fade out and you'll lose a surface on your sidewalk surface. In other words, it'll get crooked, it'll start slanting and stuff like that. So you really want to make sure your subgrade is substantially compacted and put in place. This also discharges to King Lake, or adds to what's in King Lake, which then crosses, I forget the name of it, but it's a neighborhood road before it crosses Cascade further to the north. So there's quite a bit. This is the drainage basin for what crosses Cascade, and I think this area, or Cascade, I think this is the part of Cascade that was impacted a few years ago with flooding and washout, where it was out of service. Yeah, so I mean, the big thing is, it looks like they got those pipes out of this guy's yard. That's great. Maybe they've got them installed now. Yeah, here's King Lake, and a lot of that, again, a lot of water's coming into King Lake. Now, the big thing with the sidewalks I want to talk about, and you can kind of see it here, it looks like they're doing a fairly good job. It looks a little low there. You want to make sure that sidewalk is above the curb. Really, it really needs to be above the roadway, but you kind of want it above the curbway as well. You want to be able to cut that grass and maintain that area without dirt and grass rolling over onto your sidewalk and overtaking your sidewalk. Okay, so elevations really are very important. A lot of times we see sidewalks that don't have a curb. We've got some on this corridor further up, like 92. You know, you've got where the sidewalk is lower than you've got where the sidewalk is lower than the roadway, and that presents real hazard. Here we have a curb, and the curb is great. The curb really keeps the car on the roadway and makes the sidewalk very safe. So when we talk about sidewalks, you know, there really should be a curb along with the sidewalk is what I would hope to see. I'm going to turn around. I want to get a little peek into I want to go down these people's driveway. I hope they don't mind. Got some dirt spilling out over the roadway. So yeah, they're gonna be. I don't know why we haven't cleared and grubbed all of that yet. That should have been done. All these trees to the right, that stuff should have been cut, cleared out. That also looks like that just give them room to work and be able to kind of provide a good fit and finish. I'm going to just kind of come down here a little bit. Yeah, I hope this driveway is going to be repaired throughout this whole process. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it looks a little bit compacted. I guess my primary concern really was with how much they were tapering, how much they were tapering the fill section. You know, you can see it's being tapered back there pretty good. So happy to see that. But they really need to compact it, and there really should be a very high level of respect for this driveway, in the sense that it should be replaced. They're operating on it, they're damaging it, and there shouldn't be a whole lot of squabble about that. This is a community project, and if the county or the city is going to, there was previous damage on the driveway. It's like, come on, man, you're putting, is this I forget what this was. Is this like a $3 million job? $1 or $2 million job? It's like, come on, just fix the drive. It's a project. It's a community enhancement project. So just let's get it fixed. People pass me here. I'm doing 35. So that was something else I was kind of... Here we go. Here's a sidewalk with no curbing on it. That really should be addressed. I see a lot of people out here walking. Yeah, I think it definitely needs sidewalks. We certainly need sidewalks, broader sidewalks to accommodate bicycle traffic. This silt fence to the right probably doesn't need to be there. There ought to be some question as to, like, why is that there? Get that out of here. I don't want to look at it until you're ready to dig here, kind of thing. It's just a matter of respect. So, I don't know. I'm hopeful that some of these thoughts will be helpful to you. Whoever's watching this, I would like to represent you, or to at least discuss, the project with you, so that we can try to affect a quality product. In construction, there's often construction managers and inspectors, and a third-party review is really, really kind of important to having that sort of quality and fiduciary integrity as well, because just a third set of eyes really helps to see things that other people might miss, and it's not that people are being nefarious or they just don't do a good job. It's just everybody's kind of focused on doing what they're doing. These engineering projects, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of work involved, and it gets complicated. So I'd like to help the community, ensure that we get a quality product out of this. And my biggest concern at this point is the water runoff, making sure that that's been adequately addressed. Also, just some of the in construction practices. So that's all I got. I hope this helps. Thanks for listening. Bye.